Hey folks, I'm Lucy at Ballyhoo Creations, and I just wanted to make a little video update of some things that are going on at Ballyhoo Creations. The first thing I wanted to share is I have a new SkillShare class out on machine embroidery, and it is a buyer's guide to embroidery machines. This kind of goes off of the video that I had last year on which machine should you buy, and that's been a very popular video on YouTube, and I decided to turn it into a SkillShare class. So the class talks about some of the same things that that old video talked about, but it also talks about how to determine what you need in an embroidery machine so that you buy one that suits you. And it has worksheets that you can fill out. It has a comparison page that when you go shopping, you can fill that out so that you don't get all the models like mixed up in your head. And it also includes, and this is worth the class right there, I did hours and hours of research and pulled up prices on as many machines, the 2022 models machines that I could find, and put it all in one big list. It's like a 2-page list. It has all the brands for home machines. I didn't get into the commercial machines, but the home machines, including multi-needles, like the Baby Lock Brother, Janome has the multi-needles for home, and then all of those brands plus more. They're all in this one list, and the prices, both MSRP if I could find it, and the prices that you should actually expect to pay are in there. So if you are shopping for an embroidery machine, definitely check out that SkillShare class called I think it's Buyer's Guide to Machine Embroidery. I named it, I've already forgotten. At the end of this video, I'll go ahead and put a little teaser for it, and then of course in the description box, that box down underneath the video, I will put a link to the class there. If you decide to join SkillShare, they will pay me a bounty if you sign up. So that would be great. If you do decide to become a member of SkillShare, it would be great if you use my link. If you don't want to become a member, you can still try it out. They offer a free trial. Just use that link, go check it out. And right now it's a month free trial, but they do change it from time to time. And then that entitles you to watch my class as well as any other class on SkillShare. And there's thousands. This weekend I watched Adam Krudinger's puppet making class, which I've been watching his YouTube channel for a long time, but I finally got around to watching his SkillShare class. And it was great, and while I was watching it, I was designing another puppet, which is my 6th one, and that is the next thing that I have to announce is my newest design. You're not going to believe it. I don't think this has ever been done in machine embroidery, ever. But it's a puppet that actually has a working mouth. It's called a hand and rod puppet, so the hand moves the mouth, and then the rod is connected to one or both hands. It depends on how you want to make it. And it's all done in the hoop with an embroidery machine. So I know, it's amazing. I love this guy. He's my favorite one. Like I said, I've built 6 puppets so far. This is number 6, and he's my favorite by far. I love this guy. And I had to use a big hoop for it. So right now I'm working on getting to make it more configurable so you can do them on smaller hoops. This one used an 8x12 hoop, and my hand and like an adult male's hand would fit in here as well. So that's a full-size puppet. But for children's and things like that, I'm going to size them down for smaller. I don't know if you'd want the hands on them, things like that, but definitely these designs will be coming out pretty soon. This will be the first one. I'll show you the profile of him. There you go. So yeah, hand and rod puppets on the embroidery machine done in the hoop. And like I said, I don't think that anybody's done it before. I've seen hand puppets, but not ones where the mouth can move like that. I am not a puppeteer. I am not good at this, so I'm working on it though. It'll take me some time. Yeah, getting there. And a couple more that I've made, again, in the hoop. You know, looks familiar, right? Here, yeah. That's a smaller one. This is a larger one. And again, this was made in an 8x12 hoop, and you can see how big he is. He's sitting on a spray bottle. Here, let me just knock everything over. But this is a big puppet. I mean, this is much bigger, and I can go ahead and put him on. This was the first one though, and so his mouth doesn't move quite as well. And the arm rods, you can just purchase those off of Amazon. I mean, trying to make it so that the materials are easy for people to source, because in regular puppet building, usually, just put that guy out of the way, a lot of the materials are hard to find. They talk about special kind of fleece, and that stuff costs $30 a yard. And yeah, I'm a hoarder. I bought some. I bought the good puppet fleece. it's nylon fleece instead of polyester, and it hides the seams really well. And I've bought it, and I actually am going to dye it myself, but I haven't done that yet. So I find that just faux fur or regular polyester fleece also works very well for puppets that you're going to use at home, whether it's an adult that's going to use it or giving it to kids. It doesn't matter. But I'm trying to make the materials as easy to find as possible, so you don't have to go and find special fleece or the foam that's used in professional puppets. Really trying to redesign that so that it's very easy to make at home with your embroidery machine, and then probably some sewing machine patterns too. But again, the embroidery machine though, you can do the hands. And I heard Adam Krudinger say one time on one of his videos, nobody likes making puppet hands. And anybody who says they do, they're either a liar or they're a monster. And I was watching that thinking, I'm a monster. Because I like making puppet hands and doll hands, because I make the machine stitch all the little tiny little stitches for me. And then I use my hemostats to turn them right side out. And I think puppet hands are super easy and very rewarding because you get something really cool looking out of it. So mouth plates, a little more challenging, but I'm trying to make that easy too. So stay tuned to Ballyhoo Creations. I'm going to try to get some puppet patterns out hopefully in April. So that's coming up pretty soon. Got to light the fire under me. And then the new class on SkillShare is another thing. Go check that out if you are buying an embroidery machine. If you just want to look at what prices are being charged for 2022, you'd be surprised. They're like, they're way up there. I can't, like, you guys who are spending $20,000 on a single needle, I really want to watch you use it. Like, there's a voice activated. Did you know FAF has a voice activated embroidery machine? It's called the Creative Icon 2. I didn't know that they had voice activated machines. So I learned something new when I was doing my research. I want to go to the store and take a look at it and see, like, you know, what it does. So that's all I had for this video. I hope you're having a great time stitching out there. If you have any questions, got a comment box below, and I'll see you later. Oh yeah, and here's that video, little teaser of the class I promised. Hey folks, my name's Lucy, and I'm going to talk about how to shop for an embroidery machine, or a sewing robot as I like to call them. I run a little shop called Ballyhoo Creations where I design things that are stitched by embroidery machines. I actually use it as a sewing robot to stitch little dolls, stuffies, puppets. I've been doing machine embroidery for many, many years. I've shopped for quite a few machines. I've learned a lot of ins and outs of how to save money, how to deal with different dealers. If you're buying a used machine, what to look out for. We're going to cover all of that in this class. If you want to be a savvy shopper and go in knowing what you're looking for, this is the class for you. I'll tell you all kinds of things that you probably never knew about sewing robots. Embroidery machines can do so much more today than we ever thought possible. It's not just putting little cartoon characters on children's shirts anymore. You can make lace, you can make stuffies, you can make zipper bags. So if you're curious about what an embroidery machine does and how much they cost and how to buy the right one for you, I'm going to walk you through all of that. We'll talk about features to look for and which ones are a waste of money. We'll talk about where designs come from and what's involved if you want to stitch your own custom designs. You'll spend some time figuring out what you want to use an embroidery machine for so that you don't end up paying for things you don't need. Of course, we'll talk about budget and different ways you can pay for your embroidery machine, and we'll also talk about where to buy it from and how to shop. So if you've been considering machine embroidery, or if you're just curious what it's all about, come on in, take the class. I'll tell you everything I know. I'm honest to a fault, and I don't hold back.